Hey everyone, and welcome to another hunt video. Today we're going to be hunting the Blackrock, Black Gravios, so let's get on with this. And here he is, Black Gravios. Look how massive he is. So as you can see, Black Gravios is pretty much the exact same thing as normal Gravios, but, well, what's the difference? He's black, obviously. He's a different coloration. So there are a few differences with Black Gravios, though. Not too many, but there are enough. So one of the bigger things is in the lore, because obviously it's slightly different in-game, but lore-wise, he's more aggressive than normal Gravios. In the lore, normal Gravios doesn't attack on sight. Obviously he does in the game, but lore-wise he doesn't. But lore-wise, I've said lore-wise so many times. Anyway, in that way, Black Gravios does attack on sight though. Black Gravios lives in the same areas as normal Gravios. That was very easy. Lives in the same areas as normal Gravios, swamp areas, lava, volcano areas. Obviously, as you can see, we're fighting in the swamp right now. So there's an example of the other area, because when we did Gravios last week, it was the volcano. One of the other big differences with Black Gravios is he actually does the explosions a lot more than sleep. So I believe he can also do sleep. But he more than often does just the explosions, which, as you can see, he's spamming them. Black Gravios has been in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, so... wait, let me just quickly check one sec. So he's been in Monster Hunter Freedom 2, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and 4. So he hasn't been in too many games, he hasn't been in anything recent. The most recent game was 4 Ultimate. He was in, like, you know, the spin-off stories 2, etc. But obviously that's not mainline. And as you may have noticed, one of the biggest differences about him is the fact that he spams lasers like crazy. I actually wasn't expecting to get hit there. But yeah, that's one of the things you have to watch out when you're fighting him. If you're a ranged user specifically, actually, he will just use the lasers over and over and over and over. Like, you will not have a break. If you're at a distance, he will use the lasers pretty much as his only attack. I've had it. I remember fighting him back in Freedom Unite. Oh, well, in Freedom Unite, obviously I'm playing in Freedom Unite, but I mean back in the series. If I remember right, there was a stage where he just used the lasers for like 10 attacks in a row, because if you're far away from him, he just spams it. So for us melee users, good luck when he gets in the lava, because if you're far enough away, he will sit in the lava and just do laser, 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 just constantly. It's honestly really annoying, to be honest. So just like normal Gravios and Viserios, the thing you want to do is try and break his chest open. As I said last episode, I've got ESP, so, you know, it makes it a bit easier for me to do. But if you don't have ESP or just a really sharp weapon, you'll want to bring some bombs, bring some large barrel bombs, large barrel bomb pluses, and just try and get them to hit his chest hitbox, because when that happens, it will weaken the chest, and it does more damage because it cuts through the armor, which is obviously very handy. And in the Monster Hunter 20th anniversary, like, you know, the voting that we did, so he came 139th. If you saw last episode, you'll know he actually tied place with normal Gravios, so they're both... oh, he's doing sleep. He very rarely does sleep. But they both tied at the same amount. Now he's going to explode on me, isn't he? Yep. So as you can see, he can be a little bit of a pain. The main thing with Black Gravios, though, is just watch out for the lasers. Like, obviously, this is a move that that Gravios, Black Gravios, etc. uses when you're at range, but with Black Gravios, it's pretty much laser after laser. He'll more than often do that. Black Gravios, he's not, like, too hard, but Black Gravios is just, like, a harder version of normal Gravios. So if you're having issues with normal Gravios, this might be a bit of a pain for you. I believe there's, like, actually, no, I'm pretty sure there's at least one key quest with him. I remember having to fight them back in the Freedom Unite series. Absolute pain. Especially when you don't have ESP. So, like, as I said, if you can get ESP, go get it. It will seriously help you so damn much. The second I had ESP, Gravios and Black Gravios, and also as an extension... Oh my god, I can't speak, sorry guys. An extension of that, Viserios as well. It just makes them infinitely easier because you're not going to be bouncing. Even if you are doing, like, oh my god, even if you are doing, like, the bounce animation, you're not actually going to be bouncing. So, like, you know, you'll still be hitting even if you're not doing the most damage because you don't have, you know, all, like, that sharp of a weapon. One thing that's interesting information-wise for him, apparently the reason why he is, like, why it's a Black Gravios, it actually was just a normal Gravios to begin with. So, like, this is just technically a normal Gravios, but the shell, like, the shell changes color due to internal temperatures. This is all lore stuff, obviously. This isn't like specifically in the game, but that is the reason why. And if you noticed, I'll show you in a second once we get in here, on the top of his shell and stuff, he's actually got little red spikes. Normal Gravios doesn't have that, if you remember. Normal Gravios is just grey. Just shades of grey, pretty much. So that's an interesting little thing. It's nothing like, as I said, he's really not that different to normal Gravios, but he is like slightly different. He's, as I said, he's basically just a harder Gravios. There's really not that much else to say about him. He's not really that special, but I just wanted to do a video on him and discuss him because he is still different. Like, I know he's not that different, but he's different enough that I thought I'd want to fight him. And he's actually one of my most hated monsters. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we fight one of my most hated monsters? Because why not? Okay, so I'm not too sure in this game. The information I can see is only for 4 Ultimate. But it appears you can break his head. You can break, obviously, as we know, you can break his belly, stomach, whatever you want to call it, twice to expose his chest. You can break his back. Remember, this is all this is for Ultimate information. It doesn't tell me about Freedom Unite. And you can break his... Oh god, he's rolling on me. You can break his wings and you can cut his tail off, obviously. And as I said with Gravios, if you're looking for items, you probably want to cut the tail off because it's a 2-carve tail, because it's so big. Obviously, I didn't carve earlier just because I don't actually need the items, so I didn't bother. And as I was saying before, the games that he's in was like, you know... all the games that he's in, including spin-offs, he's in Monster Hunter Freedom 2, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Monster Hunter Stories, Stories 2, Frontier, and Online. So he's in pretty much every single spin-off. He's just not very often in the main game, which is kind of interesting, because he seems to be more popular in the spin-offs than he is in the main game. And one other thing, just like normal Gravios, he is weakest against water. So if you've got a water weapon, bring that. You'll be able, well, I mean, you can also just do raw, but if you're wanting to do elemental damage, bring a water weapon, because that will be doing the most damage that you can do. And if you're like me and you're playing with longsword, or most melee weapons anyway, once you've broken his chest open, or even with long range, of course, but once you've broken his chest open, that's pretty much the only place you want to be hitting. Oh, we broke it twice, nice. I would suspect he's probably going to be close to death. There we go. I was literally about to say I reckon he's probably close to death because this is only high rank one. And there we go. So yeah, as you can see, there isn't the biggest difference between Gravios and Black Gravios, of course, but he's also not really that hard. But obviously there is a massive stipulation that I do have ESP and good sharpness. If you don't have ESP, or at least like, I think white sharpness, you're probably going to struggle a lot. Obviously if you're ranged it's different, but you're also going to be struggling with the lasers. So there we go. And there we go, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that hunt. I know it wasn't the most interesting one. It was a little bit lackluster in information, just because he's pretty much similar to Gravios, but I still wanted to hunt him. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you want me to hunt next, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you then. Bye.